Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here. I went out and finally found a demo for Donkey Kong Bananza. Thanks to my sister's perfect aim, love you Lex, I got the chance to actually play the demo and experience it for myself. Pay no mind to how the screen looks. This is, a lot of people have been playing this particular console. But this demo was basically features reduced content and limited playtime. It told us that we only had like 15 minutes to play. So I was playing, it had two displays. I was playing on the Nintendo Switch 2 that had the Pro 2 controller. So this is pretty much my first iteration, my first time at playing this demo. And mind you, I was grinning ear to ear the entire time. I loved every single second of playing this demo. So we get introduced to Ingot Isle, see like the intro cutscene and everything. I am so grateful I have a sister who has a steady hand because I'd hate for this entire demo to be shaky all over. But this was easily one of my favorite demos to play ever. And you guys already know, I've been looking forward to this game for quite a long time. So needless to say, when it told me to punch and break it, like you can see my face in the screen, I was just smiling the whole time. Oh, it was such a feel-good moment. I couldn't stop smiling. And one of the biggest things that I paid attention to when I was playing this demo was the fact that there wasn't any slowdown. See, I've seen and heard people say like, oh, one of my issues is there was a bit of slowdown when they were playing the demo for it. And I'm thinking, I don't see any of that. Now, mind you, pay no attention to how the frame rate on this particular footage may look. It was running at 60 when I was playing. And I went out of my way to, well, first, you can tell that this is the type of mentality I have. If a game tells me I can smash stuff, I am going to smash stuff. I break the walls, I break the floor, and I do this for pretty much everywhere. Mind you, I only had like 15 minutes, so I had to really focus up and just do it in a more contained way. But I'm just smashing all over the floor, seeing how extensive it is, and it just felt good to just punch through walls. Now, mind you, this is before the game opens up on the lagoon layer, and it gives me access to the skill points, which I showcase a little bit later on. But picking up everything, moving throughout the map, I'm learning on the fly. Like, it's telling me how to punch, but I'm already learning how to slap and get all these items to me, so I'm just slapping things all over the place. There's physics when it comes to slapping stuff, so stuff that isn't automatically absorbed into you, it just gets sent away like a Hulk shockwave. This is about as close to a brand new Hulk game as I'm going to get, and I figure, you know what? I don't mind if it's DK. So smashing through stuff is easy, it feels good, it's satisfying, the controls are very smooth. We talk to this monkey here, and it's pointing us in the next direction. Mind you, he's telling me where to go, but I'm really not paying attention to it because I'm like, okay, you're telling me to go over here, but I just want to smash. I just go everywhere, and I just start smashing stuff. Like, I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that there was a monkey standing on top of this platform. I was like, let me just break everything. I was talking to my sister as well. I was just breaking everything all over the place just because. That's where my mind went. I literally ignored where I needed to go. And I was just punching everything just because I could. And it was so much fun. I lost it. That's when I paused the screen because I thought I could see the skill tree right then, but it wasn't until later on that I could actually look at it. So I'm just punching everything. I'm trying to test out every single button. I'm just punching through walls just because there's gold and items in the walls at all times. There's just something behind every wall until you hit like one of those unbreakable walls where it tells you, okay, this is the level boundary. But there's so much you can just break and destroy in this game. And the fact that you'll be able to reset it. And here I am, I'm just breaking through the floor for no other reason because I could. And here in this room, it was a bit of a dead end, so I broke through the floor again, and I'm like, oh snap, there's another layer. And this is where it teaches me how to do a dive punch. I couldn't get it the first time, but I got it the second time, and I was just steadily breaking more stuff. And I've already, I already got a handle on the slap, so I was automatically doing that every single chance I got. And mind you, there's so much in this room that I could be doing, which thankfully I'm going to be taking my time once I actually get the game in my hands. But there's so much things I could be doing, and I was trying to figure out how can I roll. And that's when I start rolling. You see me here, I start rolling. And I opened up that checkpoint, and I'm trying to see what can be done with the roll. And I'm rolling and I'm attacking, I'm rolling and I'm jumping, and it just goes seamlessly into one another. And then I just continue to break stuff again. I'm just breaking stuff everywhere just because. And as soon as I see that gold, I clap my hands so I can get my hands on it. And then we just break into another room. And this is where I see the section of the, showcase, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. So I'm breaking through the ground, and I'm talking to my sister at the same time. And then I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me break through the wall. Also, you will automatically start scaling a wall if you run into it for less than a second. So if you're running directly into a wall, you just automatically start climbing. So it's not like you got to jump at the wall to start climbing. You just do that automatically. And I'm just steadily destroying stuff because why not? And mind you, 15 minutes is nowhere near enough time for me to fully display how much I was how much I actually enjoyed myself. I would have screamed in the store I was in. But, oh, and this is it. Okay, so this is the gold room. And I was actually trying to figure out how to throw things. I couldn't, because I was pressing every other button except for the correct one in order to throw stuff. And I was just picking up items, and I was trying to throw them. I was surfing on them. I would drop them. There's a dedicated drop button for you to drop the items you don't want to actively throw, so you could just toss it harmlessly on the ground. So I thought, you know what? Let me just pick up this stuff. And I try grabbing the gold, but I keep grabbing the boxes. And then I got myself an apple, and then I punched another one of these gold creatures, and this time, I just started blowing up the entire hallway. And now I'm still trying to aim and throw stuff, but it's not working because I'm currently hitting the wrong button at the time. It turns out that hitting the same button to grab stuff is also the same button to throw stuff. So I figured, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about throwing stuff anymore. I am just going to pick stuff up and then just blow up the entire hallway. Mind you, like I said, 15 minutes. I would have wasted all of my time trying to perfectly carve out this entire cavern if I wanted to, but I wanted to keep going further in. So, needless to say, once I get the full game, I will spend the first part of my playthrough clearing out this whole area, because that's money. Okay, that's money. I'm not about to walk away from all this free money that the game has given me. So we gonna clear this whole place out. And my sister was watching as well. She was enjoying herself. She could have played on the other one, but she was being one of the best sisters in the world, and she was steadily holding on to my phone so she could record all my footage here. Once again, love you, Lex. And this is when I got to the big banana, and I just decided to break it because that's when it popped into my head that, oh, I'm actually taking a long time on this very first stage. Let me press on and continue so I can get to the next section. And this is when that giant meteor pops in. The one that we always saw in the trailer, and we saw the showcase. There's a Void Company right there with their goons. There's a banana that DK was trying to get his hands on. And it just shows a whole cutscene where he gets swept up in this maelstrom that drives the entirety of Ingot Isle all the way down deep into the earth. And I have to say, while I was watching this, one, I was completely enamored by just how good the game looks and how smoothly it looks. Despite all the particle effects you may see on this screen, the game was still moving at a smooth frame rate. And honestly, that was amazing to me. The fact that it could handle all of this on the Switch too, and everything was just moving smoothly. Because everything that I was blowing up in that golden hallway, everything that I was smashing on my way there, despite all the particle effects flying all over, the game continued to move smoothly, despite all that. And I think that that's That's an achievement. Especially for a Donkey Kong game, no less. So there's a hole left behind by the big old meteor pressing an aisle deep into the ground. And I believe this is when we start the next section, which puts us in the lagoon layer. Yeah, this puts us in the lagoon layer, and it also gives us access to DK's skill tree and another thing right there. So here it shows Pauline is already on our back. I was looking at the map, but I didn't look at it entirely. And I was pressing different buttons. I was rolling with Pauline. My sister was surprised by it. And I was pressing different buttons to bring up the skill tree. I also brought up the photo mode. And the photo mode, yeah. Yeah, needless to say, I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures using this photo mode. Because I was doing the same thing for Super Mario Odyssey. But I took a picture. I call myself trying to... Oh, well, I'll say it in a minute. I call myself trying to take a picture and put it in the gallery. But it didn't work because it was like a storage display model. But here, it shows all the skill trees and all the options for DK in this demo. You got better turf surfing, fast charging for your charge punch while you're in Kong Bananza. You got melon juice to increase how many you can carry, better sonar, surf, Kong armor where you can literally become unmovable while you're charging up a punch. Your Bananza lasts longer. You get a charge slap so you can send items away from you. You can have the drum beat skill that reduces how long it takes for you to go into your form. And there's a whole spin jump. And then you have the whole status menu where having on different clothes will give you different capabilities and whatnot. And here they show you what it's like to get a skill point. So I put more points into my ability to break the environment around me. I put it into punch power, and I bring it to level 2. Well, yeah, punch power, yeah, level 2. Level 3 is the next one up. Then I put one into Bananza so that my modes can last longer. My Bananza mode lasts longer. Then I put one into charge punch. So I do even more damage. And then the last one I did was drum beat, so that way I could enter into my Bananza mode quicker. And here, I'm trying to remember the exact buttons, and it's L and R, and there we go. And we are in the Kong Bananza. Now, one of the things I was testing was to see, while in this, does it feature any significant slowdown? Because look at how much I'm just destroying. I purposefully punched through. This is literally Garp. If Garp was, this is Monkey D. Kong. This is Garp if he was a gorilla, and the game was just, okay, mess up all of the entire stage. So while I'm messing with this mode, it doesn't last terribly long. But since I built up Bananza while I was in that state, I can easily enter back into it. So that is actually going to be very useful in the future. You can build up your Bananza meter so you can instantly go back into your transformation once it completely expires. And while I was testing this mode, I made sure that I was punching everything everywhere, and even then, it still wasn't showing any significant slowdown or frame drops, because all the stuff I'm punching, I am doing on purpose to see if the game can handle it. And right then and there, that's when I was able to finally aim after picking up something. I was kind of turf surfing, but here is when I finally start to realize, because I actually tried to use a charge punch here, I started to realize, what button did I use? I tried to hit it with a charge punch in the air, and I was trying to find the right button to use in order to throw it, and it's the same button, and I was just sent stuff flying, and it started to approach the 15-minute limit, but this was nowhere near enough for me to gauge just how excited I am. I was just throwing stuff until my energy ran out, and then I didn't know if it was going to close the game out, so I just spent the last couple of seconds just beating on his chest. I was actually surprised by just how much fun I had playing this entire demo. So this was easily one of the most fun demos I ever played, and needless to say, I cannot wait for this game to come out on July 17th. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my time playing Donkey Kong Bananza, at least its demo. It feels great. It plays great. There's no real frame rate drops like some people may have been saying. And even when I was using the Kong Bananza mode, it just felt good. It ran smooth. The music was good, even though I could only hear just a little bit of it. Everything about it is already cemented it as one of my favorite. Going to be one of my favorite. It's already obvious. It's going to be one of my favorite games this year. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to July 17th, so I can bring this game to all of you. But that's gonna do it for my impressions. Hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples.